Iran, a land with more than 7,000 years of history, civilization, and culture. Iran, the cradle of Islamic culture and civilization. The land of great scientists, glorious Iran with its 4 seasons and full of picturesque scenery. Years ago, the Iranian people decided to restore independence and freedom to their country and run their country independently without the intervention of the superpowers that dominated their country's wealth and resources for years, and their puppet rulers who carried out their orders one after another. In the midwinter of 1979, after years of struggle and repression, the Iranian Revolution, led by Imam Khomeini and accompanied by the people, won. That winter was beautifully named the Spring of Freedom. About half a century has passed since those days. During these years, the Iranian people have struggled with hostilities and many difficulties. 8 years of the so-called imposed war and defense against it. Numerous economic war and sanctions, as well as conspiracy and terrorism by the hegemonic countries that had lost their influence with the Iranian Revolution and saw the rest of their influence in other countries in danger. Those difficult days became easy with the support of the Iranian people. Iran's territorial integrity remained undamaged, and its progress, prosperity, and greatness unstopped in the midst of these storms. The achievements of the Islamic Republic of Iran after these 43 years has clearly shown that Iranians are on the right path. Let's look at some of these achievements. Today, we travel easily throughout the vast and stunning land of Iran. There are 6 times more transportation routes in Iran and an increase of main and secondary roads from 36,000 kilometers to more than 210,000 kilometers, and the doubling of the length of the country's railway lines from 4.6 thousand kilometers to nearly 10,000 kilometers. In addition, not only have these eased traveling, it has also improved the production, trade, and transit infrastructure. Also, with the 20-fold increase in the capacity of the country's ports and the increase of its capacity from 10 million tons to more than 200 million tons, international exchanges have been significantly improved. A 30 times increase of the number of reservoir dams in Iran, from 13 to about 400 large dams, shows a significant jump in capacity and improvement of development infrastructure after the Islamic Revolution. There is 14 times increase in the country's electricity production, increasing access to drinkable water for 96.2% of the country's population. 57-fold increase in non-oil exports from $543 million in 1979 to $31 billion now. 30 times increase in the production of petrochemical products, 24 times increase in the production of steel, and 15 times increase in the production of steel products. 24-fold increase in the number of students from 176,000 in 1979 to 4.3 million now. The share of Iran in the production of ISI articles in the last 43 years has increased about 5 times, from 0.1% of the global share to 1.65%, with 23,000 articles published per year. Relying on the power and knowledge of its experts in order to defend transverse integrity against global and regional threats, as well as the development of modern technologies, the Islamic Republic of Iran has succeeded in building light and semi-heavy aircraft and helicopters, upgrading military technology, building and launching satellites, short-range and long-range missiles, tanks, ships, submarines, and the production of high-speed boats for the first time in the country's history after the revolution were some of the successes in the defense field. Iran has also made significant progress in the field of medicine, in the field of manpower and physician training. Considering the doubling of Iran's population since 1979, the number of physicians has increased tenfold. Also, specialized advances and equipment in the field of medicine have made Iran a hub of medical tourism in the region. Today, Iranian scientists produce more than 95% of the country's pharmaceutical needs domestically. After the COVID-19 pandemic, Iran faced the toughest sanctions, but with the efforts of the medical staff, it was able to meet basic needs such as masks and disinfectants, ventilators, and diagnostic kits self-sufficiently, and in the next steps, succeeded in making and mass-producing the Iranian COVID-19 vaccines. Today, the COVID-19 vaccination is being pursued extensively and rapidly, with 98% of the target population having received their COVID-19 vaccine. This equates to injecting 119,686,241 doses of COVID-19 vaccines to the population. In addition, achievements like the success of Iranian athletes in international sport tournaments, the brilliance of Iran in cultural and artistic forums, and winning the most prestigious artistic awards, especially in the field of cinema and music, can be noted. Today, with the support of its people in all arenas, Iran is a safe country and a good friend for neighboring countries, and a harbinger of peace for other countries of the world. The growth of trade with neighbors and presence in the international arena and regional cooperation is evidence of this, despite the U.S.'s coercive restrictions on the countries in the region. Iran is more determined than ever in the path of development and progress, and the presence of its people and support in this direction showcase a brighter future than ever before.